Hello, my name is Rebby. Welcome to episode 6 of Lessons in Freedom Now, the third hidden political party and the fourth hidden branch of government. What if there was a complete failure of the first two political parties, the Democrat and the Republican, and there was a failure of the three branches of external government here in the United States? So that means the failure of the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. What would that automatically trigger? Well, I'm here today to tell you it's inbuilt, it's inherent, it's inalienable. Before we go along with that scenario, first, let's explain exactly what the hidden third political party is and the hidden fourth branch of government is, and then we'll get back to the scenario and its guaranteed outcome. Did you know that here in America we have a third political party and a fourth branch of government hidden in plain sight? Did you also know that both are one and the same and that it applies to all countries too? Actually, the third party is we the people, or you could say we the sovereign people, which is the most powerful political party in the United States, and it's hidden in plain sight. The fourth branch of American government is we the people again, or we the sovereign people as well. The sovereign within is reflected as the sovereign we on the outside. And that these two, in combination along with you, the natural-born sovereign, is an absolute fail-safe guaranteeing four outcomes. One is the defeat of all tyrants and all tyranny. 2, the proper design and operation of the two political parties of Democrat and Republican. 3, the proper design and operation of the first three branches of government to include the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. 4, the absolute guarantee of freedom for all. It's the same in every country, regardless of how many political parties and what form of external government it currently has, because every human being, and therefore every country, has what is called a latent constitutional republic within waiting to be awakened. Hidden within each person is the truth of their inherent sovereignty, along with the true third political party and the fourth branch of government, which are all internal, inherent, inalienable, and latent, until one becomes aware of and knows about this embedded core truth of all for all. How does this work exactly? Me, the sovereign inside, is projected out as we, the sovereign people, on the outside. This is how the three inherent and internal operational sides of our internal government produce a fourth external manifested reality of external government. This is how our internal government, or control of our own mind and thoughts, because the word government in the Latin comes from the word govern, which means control, and mentis means mind, and ment as a suffix means state of mind. This is how it becomes our external manifested government. In short, this is the real mechanics of the law of attraction. It's how we create inside in order to manifest outside. This is what a constitutional republic form of government actually is. Each person is an individual constitutional republic. This natural inherent constitutional republic, which is naturally projected out and manifested as the external form of government we have in America and in all other countries as well. Regardless of what they believe they have, it's there waiting to be expressed. How does this work exactly from inside to outside? When the two external political parties and the three external branches of government of the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches fail to uphold their contracted duties and oaths of office, it automatically triggers the mass awakening and activation of the third political party and the fourth branch of true government at the same time. And that would be you. This act of fraud and breach of duty, combined with the power of all the individual sovereigns, destroys and vitiates, which means makes void, all the negative intents and actions of those functioning as part of the impoverished mind of human locusts. In other words, they meet a bad end, as all tyrants and their tyrannical empires do, as history has repeatedly shown. True government is one thing only: it's internal human nature functioning as external human resolve, which corrects all errors of actions by all, which includes external governments, agencies and administrations, public and elected servants, job and position titles, and all technologies. All of these without exception. This is the Tao, the way of this universe, which includes natural and divine law, the seen and the unseen, cause and effect. Because this one indivisible, deducible whole cannot ever be divided, undone, or modified by action. It can only be experienced equally by all life within it. How do you exercise your freedoms effortlessly? As talked about in previous videos, there's only two frames of mind at work in this world, and they are on a continuum. They appear exactly opposite. That is an impoverished mind and an abundance mind. In an abundance mind, there are three things at play. It's foundational and operational and manifested, and is the only outcome and reality of this one indivisible, deducible whole of a universe, and for all it contains, including human beings. Pure awareness as knowing, as expressed in other videos, is Wei Wu Wei, which is actionless action of doing and not doing at the same time and in the same place. Wei Wu Wei within you awakens the latent mustard seed of truth hidden within you, and is the power that automatically moves the mountains of all that is outside of you, resulting in effortless action of being a living example for others seeking their inherent sovereignty as a means of changing what is outside of themselves. As you change within yourself, you will actually help to manifest and change that which appears to be outside of yourself. And at the same time, you will be a living example for other people. That is abundance mind, and that is power. Nothing is more powerful than the application of human resolve, which stems from knowing, not believing. Remember, there's L-I-E in the middle of belief and believe. The whole remains absolutely whole, W-H-O-L. This includes all within the universe and you. Remember, to do is to first know, is to think, then is to speak, then is to act, in that order, in order to create that which is done inside of you on the outside of you. So the first shall be last, the last shall be first. When you do this actionless action in this order, in alignment with the way that the universe works, and the universe, the Tao of the universe, works in one way and in one order. It is inherently ordered, even though it may appear to be chaos. This is what creates and manifests the intended outcome and effect of exercising your rights and freedoms properly. Inasmuch as what you do not say and what you do not do, that actually helps to create balance and harmony outside of yourself. When you know this and you act from this point of origin, which is within yourself, you're able to put forth out into this world and express your unconquerable spirit and freedom. Spirit and its output, freedom, cannot be harnessed, controlled, divided, diminished, mitigated, or bottled and taken, given, and sold to the highest bidder. You can never lose your freedom because it is inalienable, which means it cannot be separated from you. It cannot be stolen from you. The only thing you can do is forget where it was, which is within you. The minute you become aware, awake, you remember you will then have the capacity to exercise it fully. Spirit and its output freedom just is, and is so equally for all. It is hidden safely within all in a latent state until you hit your rock bottom absolute and become aware and awaken to the truth of your own sovereignty and freedom. You are then able to be a living example for others, passively mirroring back to them how they too are sovereign. When the many remember, they will awaken their latent sovereignty. Then together they will create and manifest an external government system that will operate in alignment with freedom for all. The Tao Te Ching of America would say it this way: exercise equally all freedom within yourself to free all equally outside yourself. Therefore, always and always remember that you have the power within you. The sovereign within you is also the mustard seed that can and does move all mountains and obstacles, regardless of how big, how many, or how imposing and impossible in appearance they seem. In short, your freedom is always and always safely stored within you, and all you have to do is remember to exercise it through knowing and awareness. When you know better, you naturally do better in this order. So start exercising your inalienable rights and freedoms now. Getting back to our scenario, what happens now that we know the mechanics of it, how it will actually work, and what the hidden third political party is and the hidden fourth branch of government is? So what happens when there's failure of these, or there's a stolen election, or whatever? Basically, external government fails we the people. Well, that's what's happening right now. Knowing how the master algorithm of this cause and effect universe and how it works guarantees only one outcome, and that is wholeness, and of what is an annihilation of all that is not and never will be. That which is remains that which is, and that which is not remains that which is not. To make that even simpler, the only thing that has ever been is inherent order. This universe is inherently ordered and expresses itself that way. A human's lack of understanding of that and calling it chaos does not make it so. Chaos is the word that encapsulates that which is not, nor will it ever be. Did you know that here in America, we have the third political party and the fourth branch of government because we are sovereigns, because it's hidden within each and every person. And it becomes activated when each person decides enough's enough, you know? And they know, not believe based upon the lies they're being told by other people and the story that's being sold by those of an impoverished mind, the human locust, and those who would fall prey to them. They know, and they will act upon that naturally. It's an inside out thing. It's what you're seeing worldwide right now. That's why you needn't worry about the outcome. This is why it's guaranteed. This is why people like me did not fall prey to this, because we expected this. We've been dealing with this behind the scenes for decades. This wasn't unknown to us. We knew that evil comes in one way. It infiltrates. It comes as something friendly that turns out to be something highly destructive to a human being and to the societies that humans create, to the civilized ways of human beings. And the only way it can ever come is if people remain ignorant, in other words, to ignore and to remain unaware of how this comes, is how evil always finds its way in through infiltration, not direct front attack. It's always subtle. It's always hidden. Once you become aware of that, you understand the cause and effect operation of this universe. Any wolf in sheep's clothing, you will be able to immediately identify and destroy by letting it destroy itself. So you know the mechanics. You didn't ever think of that, because it's just like in the previous episode, episode 5, where I told you that the red and the blue were chosen specifically because put together, it creates this deep purple color that is a marker pointing back to each and every person, the sovereign. This is why the Declaration of Independence says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable, meaning cannot be separated from rights. Therefore, rights are freedoms, right? And this is why we didn't have a monarchy. So we're just simply a model that serves as one way that people can live and function, and our primary export, again, is the spirit of freedom. If you found this helpful, please share it. Please share this knowledge with your fellow human beings. We do better together when we do better first and foremost for ourselves, because the more that we spread this truth, the more that we empower each other, and we can help build a society that's free from competition and war and strife and being bamboozled or being harmed by people who are wolves in sheep's clothing. And we can together stop this insanity that has been happening for the last 2 years, to stop this avalanche of evil, if you will. It's very simple, and it actually takes a lot less action and doing, and certainly you won't have any more anxieties, and you will operate from the power within you to stop all the force that appears to be happening outside around you. Until next episode and thereafter, have a free, a sovereign, and a fully empowered and immersive life.